Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, I came across a video where a white woman was talking about how aggressive black women are, right? So, she said she lives in a city around black women, that every race, right, know that black women are the most aggressive, right? I absolutely know that she is rich farming. Probably she's looking for money to pay for her rent because as it is, probably majority of them already lost their jobs and they are looking for where to get money. But you know what? Come on, not with black women. You can try with every other people, but you see black women, not with them. If you are looking for someone to talk about, I guess you go and talk about your men. I mean, white men. Or better still, go and talk about your own women. Black women are aggressive, right? Because they refuse to be a dog mart, right? Or are you people still looking for dog marts? Is that what you people are looking for? Because I absolutely need to understand. So tell me you are jealous without telling me you are jealous because it smells so much like jealous. The most educated demographic, right? That you want to come and tell me that they are aggressive. You know what? You all haven't seen anything. You all thought that they were going to come out and save democracy. Black women aren't saving democracy anymore. You can say all you want for all I care. But you know what? That's your problem. And that it's on period. Let's get into this video.
Black women are not aggressive. You can say that all you want. You can make a million videos and they can get hundreds of thousands of views and everyone can cheer you on. And you can say they're not aggressive and everyone knows it's a lie. I grew up in a city around them and out of every race, they were the most aggressive.
First of all, as a white woman, it is not your place to call out black women and their aggression. Absolutely not. Second of all, you're perpetuating a stereotype. You already know that black women are already labeled as aggressive. For you to say that out of all of the demographic group you ever been around, black women is the most aggressive is not okay at all. You as a white woman with privilege know that your video was going to be received a certain way and you was going to make black women look bad. But you didn't care about that. You decided to still post it. And guess what? Now people are being extremely racist and just spewing out misogynistic take about black women. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts on this. Let me know how you guys want to comment.
So we all know the story of the boy that cried wolf, right? There was a boy that would notify the village of the dangers of a wolf. And he did it so many times where there was no wolf because he was lying that the people actually started not believing him. And then when there actually was a threat of a wolf, the people didn't believe him. That's how I feel about a lot of these leftists at this point. Because we have consistently asked them to provide actual evidence of Democrats celebrating children being unalived in Gaza, and the evidence that they provide is scant. Or it's videos from the DNC of people covering their ears or being problematic, videos that Democrats have already called out. And it's not them celebrating the unaliving of children per se, it's them being obnoxious and obtuse and giving the hecklers the same energy that the hecklers are giving them. The people that are making these claims are harming the Palestinian movement because they are alienating a group of people that would traditionally be allies to the movement by just blatantly lying. It's giving the energy of the 40 babies that the Israeli government kept talking about, and then when they were asked for proof to prove that this happened, the only thing that they showed people was a crib with fake blood on it or animal blood on it. And people are still asking for the proof that this happened. Where is the proof that this happened? Show us some evidence that this happened. And they have yet to provide it. And the same is true of you guys. I don't know what planet a lot of you live on where you feel like lying to get your message across is the way to get people on your side. Specifically when you have a movement that was growing and getting to a point where we could actually see real change in that region. And now you risk losing all of that support because you are choosing to just be loud and wrong and attack people for just saying, yeah, what you're seeing right now, we told you it would be this bad. And you consistently told us that it wouldn't be as bad, and it could possibly be worse if Kamala Harris won. You heard everything that we heard during the election cycle, which boggles my mind how you guys didn't see Donald Trump as the bigger threat between him and Kamala Harris. You heard Trump say that Joe Biden was acting like a Palestinian and he was in the way of Israel finishing the job, and he, as president, would not do that. And he also believed that Kamala Harris would stand in the way of Israel finishing the job. Finishing the job is what he's doing right now. It's much bigger than Gaza. He plans to ensure that Israel controls that entire region, which is why on day one, and we said this would happen, and Palestinians that were imploring people to vote for Kamala Harris this election cycle said this also, that he would get rid of the executive action on day one that protected Palestinians in the West Bank from violent Israeli settlers stealing their home. It was always Trump's plan to annex that entire region to the Israeli government. It was never the plan of Democrats to do that. And I wish you guys would stop looping Democrats in with Zionist Democrats, because it's a very different thing. Because even though I vote for the Democratic Party, I have also devoted criticism on this page, a lot of it directed towards AIPAC and how it influences our elections and the lack of progress that happens in that region and the ADL. So conversely, when I talk about people crying wolf, it also applies to the ADL and AIPAC and how they weaponize the word anti-Semitism to label anyone that even has a valid criticism of the Israeli government. Doing so in both situations leave it so that people ultimately get to a point where they no longer care about things that they definitely should care about. It is very dangerous and very stupid. And that's why I consistently will criticize people that come on and just do hot takes and they don't actually think about the impact, the negative impacts of the arguments that they are making. What frustrates me more than anything is a lot of the people, some of them that have attachments to media and how propaganda works. They are educated enough to know how propaganda works, should know better. They should know that. But they are ignoring that simply to have a hot take, an irresponsible hot take. When you do this, crying wolf, you are doing more harm to your cause then you are assisting it. Stop doing that. A lot of these internet leftists will try to gaslight you into believing that you didn't hear them say exactly what they said. You didn't misinterpret what they said. You didn't misunderstand. You're not mistaken of what you heard them say. They said exactly what you think they said. They sold this discourse around a multitude of different subject matters that they are clearly uninformed about, using words to spark, outrage in these ill-informed, uneducated, not well thought out hot takes, which is why they start backpedaling and pretending that they didn't say exactly what they said. Don't let them gaslight you into believing that you are the ones that got it wrong. They were wrong, and they should be adult enough to admit that they got it wrong. You see, there's not one video on my page that I don't stand 10 toes down in. I've had multiple people try me, and not one of them have convinced me that I was wrong. When I ask people for evidence of something, I know that it doesn't exist, but I'm telling them, hey, if you've seen something different from me, show me. And what I ultimately end up realizing is they are either over-exaggerating what they have seen or they haven't seen it, and they're just repeating what they heard. So, don't let these people gaslight you into believing that they didn't say exactly what they fucking said. They meant what they said, but what they didn't expect is the backlash.
So now, instead of it being that Democrats were celebrating, now it's Democrats were being apathetic. So what? So now, instead of it being that Democrats were celebrating, now it's...
And this, my friend, is part of the reason why I refuse to go back and forth with these faux revolutionaries online, because a couple of days ago, I said And this was my argument over and over again, that black people, Democratic voters, whatever you want to call them, because we know when they say Democratic voters, they are primarily talking about black women, because the only people that they seem to find videos to criticize are black women. And I said, indifference is not celebration. If you are indifferent to something, it means you have no feelings. You don't wish any harm upon them, but you just are tired of caring about something. Especially when you did everything to prevent it from happening, and that person still decided to work against you, and you tried to prevent this from happening. And now you are expected for those people that tried to prevent this from happening to continue to care about this subject matter that you have shown that you don't really care about, because you assisted the win of the person that promised that he would make things worse, because you did not prioritize him losing. You prioritized Kamala Harris's loss. And that is the reason why we are seeing a lot of the things that we are seeing now in a multitude of different communities. When we said that Donald Trump was worse for the country, worse for the situation that you guys, a lot of you, pretend to care about. And I said a couple of days ago that that is indifference. That is not celebration. And I was met with a lot of these dumbasses in my comment section trying to tell me that the Democrats were celebrating. And they proceeded to show me a bunch of videos of primarily black women, only black women, basically showing indifference. And now we're back to you guys acknowledging, well, it's not actually celebration, it's apathy. Indifference. Apathy is indifference. And this is, again, the frustration that I have with a lot of you, is because you cosplay also as intellectuals. You are supposed to be the ones that are smart enough to know better. You are supposed to be the ones that read and understand how words work. And in this back and forth, you have consistently shown us that you don't. That you are quite possibly some of the most uneducated people that we have seen online in a very long time. I think I despise you guys a lot more than I despise the Republicans, the MAGA supporters, because at least they know that they're dumb. They will tell you, I didn't read in this. I didn't read up on this. I'm a farmer that voted for Donald Trump, and I didn't read Project 2025 because I didn't think it applied to me. You guys pretend to read. You pretend to be the book-learned people. You pretend to be the studied ones. You pretend to be the ones that value education and information, and you have consistently shown us throughout this entire process, back since the beginning of the election cycle, that you don't understand how things work. You don't even have a basic idea of how the government works and what is needed to affect real change. You talk about dismantling the duopoly, but you don't do anything to do it. You talk about mobilizing people behind a cause, but you do no community building. You don't even try to build community with people that would actually be your allies. Instead, you enact a bunch of purity tests to pretend that these people cannot be a part of your movement unless they agree with you 100% of the way. And that is unrealistic. And I expect nothing more from you guys, honestly. I don't expect anything more from you guys because a lot of you are entitled. You are wealthy, spoiled brats. And every time you come online and show us who you are, we see that. We see a spoiled, entitled fucking brat that still lives in their parents' basement and is still on their parents' insurance plan. You can't tell me anything about the world if you're still a kid that is on your parents' insurance plan. You don't know enough to educate me about the world. Because you're in grad school, you think that you know shit? No, bitch, you don't. So I'm glad that you guys are finally realizing that the original argument that we made, that it wasn't celebration, but it's indifference, is actually what's happening. And you're not saying that they're celebrating the unaliving of Palestinian kids, because that never fucking happened. We're glad that you guys are now acknowledging that you're fucking liars.
So this is all I got from this video. I am not going to tell anybody to stop doing anything because at this point, I am already like, it looks like they just they are looking for someone to choke on. And that is something that I will never allow. And I would just like, let these people be at where they are because it looks like some of them do not even understand what they are doing. You cannot be an activist or like, you are pro something and you do not even understand what you are proing, because like, what are you doing? First of all, you need to understand what you are doing. That is the first thing, to acknowledge that you understand what you are doing. So before I get in, because I am yet to get in, before I get into this video, I am going to say this. The boy that stitched the woman's video that was talking about how aggressive Black women are, it looks like you are trying to explain to people, or trying to explain to them, because I've been looking for that video. I haven't seen it, and I don't even know where the video is coming from. But if I find it, I definitely will bring it, because I will get to her comment section to find out what she meant by Black women being aggressive, right? At this point in time, I am tired of, like, these people having opinion over Black women. See, ma'am, you have no right to talk to us. The same way we do not come around you people to talk to you people. So what is this, like, wake up every day to different stories, Black women this, Black women that, right? If you cannot stand a Black woman, a beautiful Black woman, not just being beautiful, the most educated demographic worldwide, all over, right? In US, the same. If you cannot stand them and how successful they are, and how they have got opinions and they are very strong at the same time too. When I mean strong, I don't mean physically, like everything it takes for every human, like, human being to be strong, they got it. So what is the problem with you people? You know what? We are unapologetically anything we are. If you call it aggressive, that it's your problem. Because at this point in time, Black women do not care, right? Because just come to our face. Stop, you see all these online things that we keep doing. I really wish one day, like, you come face to face with one of them, and then they said that to you. If I have something to tell you, I will tell you. And if I do not have something to tell you, then I'll let it be at that. These people have, I think all of them are just looking for a way to raise farm and raise bait Black people, right? Because they are standing down and standing still and not even backing down on their decision not to come out to support anything that is going on. Why? Because they are tired. They will always have opinion that doesn't even make any sense, because majority of them do not even know what they are saying. And thank goodness that they speak English, because it looks like majority of them, the only thing they got is just that their whiteness and the fact that they can communicate in English. And then it makes it look like they are smart. But they are not smart enough. Yeah, they are not. So all this coming out every day to have opinion, Black women will still not come out, and they will not even stitch your video. Still, I love the fact that the men are even doing the job the more. But I really cannot wait to see this woman's handle. I look forward to it. I've been searching for it. I haven't seen it. But I am going to leave her out there. Now, I am going to say this. You see, now, the only problem I have with leftists, especially the ones are around us. The ones around us is the fact that majority of them are very dense. I'm sorry to use that word, but that is what they are at this point in time. Because it looks like some people really do not understand politics. And I keep saying this, when you want to approach politics, enough of them coming out emotional, because it looks like majority of them are very emotional, right? And then leaving the problem that they are supposed to look for a way to tackle, and then come back in the end to gaslight themselves, not even gaslighting Black people. Because now the new word is Democrat. Once they say Democrat, you should know it's Black women or Black people in general, right? I mean, it's been from, they couldn't say N word, and the ones that can say N word, then they moved to work. From no work, they moved to DEI. Now it is Democrat. So once they say it, they are talking about Black people. How dense or how daft could somebody be to wake up to tell Black people not to talk about what is going on, or not to talk about the fact that they let you people know that, see, we understand how these politics work, right? because we've been oppressed for years. You all also see the fact that they've been oppressed, you know it. But the fact that you all are very selfish, you think that anything, nothing they speak matters. I mean, all eyes on me. Why? Because we are the center of attraction, right? And then when you did not get the attention, you moved around, and then now you all are following. The whole thing is now, it's done on you that you all effed up. Still, you all are still calling the same people that called you people. Come, let's stand in unity and do this. So what are Black people supposed to do at this point in time? Because I am also exhausted, because seeing all this every day. Every day we wake up, people have something they want to blame about Black people. The same people that made it clear to you. And now it is, can you people move past it? You know what? Can we, as human beings, normalize holding grudges? Yes, because enough of when somebody tells you that, that somebody is going low and you have to go high because you are the bigger person, that time has already passed, right? When they are going low, you also go low with them, because some of them do not understand, they not have that mental capability to have critical thinking and all that. So when they are going low, you also have to go low with them for them to understand. So I know time to it's aura for aura. You give it to me, I give it back to you. It's as simple as that. I ain't messing around with anybody anymore, right? So can they pack their bags already and let Black women and Black men be? Because last I checked, they did their job 100%. If they did not do their job, I would say they did not do their job, but they did their job 10 over 10. So you all, both, I'll see all of them, all these Black leftists, majority, like there was a video I brought here, majority of them, it's either one is queer, the other one is, I just do not understand their problem. But I understand, we know one, and they have click now, like they have a group now. But one thing I know for sure is that they will still understand what they are doing, because at this point in time, I think they are so ignorant that they do not even know what they are doing. But eventually it will dawn on them, because this regime, it's getting to everybody one after the other. Why Black people are not? Because they knew this was going to happen and they already made up their mind. They are also prepared about the whole thing. So you see this Pe0ple, it continues. It ain't even going to stop for us. Like I keep saying, for as long as it's going to last. Who knows how long it's going to last? I do not know. But I ain't nobody gaslighting me or gaslighting Black women into what I do not understand. I mean, you guys should go take several seats. And I am going to draw the curtain. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.